Hello there. In this video I'm going to look at the running costs for the Q4 E-Tron over 6 months and 5,745 miles since we got it. So currently we're averaging about 3.8 miles per kilowatt hour. I did do a winter run which I made a video about where I got 2.8, but I'll base my calculations on somewhere in between. So the bulk of my charging has been done at a free 50 kilowatt charger at a local park and ride, with some free Tesco charging in the mix there too, and some at Livingston Designer Outlets free charging, and probably about half's been at our local leisure centre, which charges 16 pence per kilowatt hour. I have done one charge at Ionity, and thanks to the Audi card it was about 30 pence per kilowatt hour. And to give the figures some meaning, I'm going to do a comparison against our previous family car, which was a BMW 520 diesel, which averaged 46 miles per gallon. Right, so into the spreadsheet. So for the 520 diesel, it averaged 46 miles per gallon. I've put in a fuel cost of £1.60 per litre based on 6 months ago. I think it was about £1.50 and it's currently about £1.70. That works out at £1,812.42, or 16 pence a mile, over a year at 11,490 miles. Now we're going to look at 3 miles per kilowatt hour, and I'll start putting in different percentages of charging and different costs and see how much the Q4 cost for the same mileage. Starting with the worst case then, we assume 3 miles per kilowatt hour for the Q4, which is somewhere between the 2.8 and 3.9 that I've been getting. It's probably a bit on the pessimistic side. I've done about 49% of my charging roughly on free chargers, around about 50 on the local charger at 16 pence per kilowatt hour, which comes out at £306.40. And I've done one lot of rapid charging. I want you know, on here it says £13.41. It was actually around about £20. But overall, the figures are close enough to be about right. So £319.81 for the same mileage as the 520 diesel at 1,800. If we look at different sets of charging characteristics then, if I used a mixture of the local charger and the rapid charger in Edinburgh, which is now 35 pence per kilowatt hour, my cost would be £976.65, roughly half of the BMW cost. If I did all my charging on the local charger and no free charging at all, that would give me £612, which is about a third of the cost, so 5 pence per mile for electricity. In the absolute worst case, 3 miles per kilowatt hour and 100% of charging done on Ionity at full price would come out at £2,642.70. So it would actually be cheaper to run the BMW than solely use Ionity chargers. Realistically, I can't imagine many people will be using the Ionity chargers for 100% of the charging without getting some sort of discount using a different card. Finally, looking at my current best guess, which would be around about 3.5 miles per kilowatt hour over the course of a full year, and with the charging breakdown that we had before, where half my charging is done for free and half's on the local charger with a little bit of Ionity chucked in there, the overall cost would come out at £268.87-ish, so about 2 pence per mile for the electricity as opposed to 16 pence per mile for diesel. Now, I've deliberately steered away from comparing initial outlay costs for an electric car versus a diesel car. There's so many different ways that this can be looked at. I don't want to start working out the maths for that. In our situation, we've got the Q4 on salary sacrifice, so the Q4, including insurance and tyres and maintenance, is saving us about £70 a month over our previous PCP type deal that we had on the 520 diesel. And that's before you start to factor in the cost of electricity versus fuel. That's all I've got for this video. If you want any other videos made, let me know in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.